It is only when we truly know and understand we have limited time on earth, and we have no way of knowing when our time is up, that we will begin to live each day to the fullest, as if it were the only one we have. "20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. The purpose of life, after all, is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for a newer and richer experience. To those who stay put, the world is but an imaginary place. But to the movers, the makers, and the shakers, the world is all around, an endless invitation. So the only question left to ask yourself is, where should you go now?"
Hey, what's going on? What's up, everybody? Ali Midawi here, Global Master Trainer of the Young Entrepreneur Project, and I am so grateful to have a moment with you today where I'm going to help you all understand how you can be the most efficient that you can be. See, there's a difference between being effective and efficient. Effective means I get the job done. Efficient means I get it done in the shortest period possible so I can maximize my day. And for those of you who are here for the very first time, I happen to be the Global Master Trainer of the Young Entrepreneur Project, which is an entrepreneurial community that helps you start, grow, or scale a business and or build your book of business or a sales force within multiple verticals that we have within a company that is becoming a publicly traded company. And I could not be more excited to be working with here and you today. So good morning or good afternoon or good evening, wherever you may be around the world. Weenie from Sydney, Australia, Brenda from Texas, Debbie Simons from Massachusetts, Mary Ann from Arizona. Hey, Tracy, do us a favor, smash that like button, subscribe, like, comment, share, because someone somewhere is praying about an answer to know how they can be efficient with their day so they can maximize their result or just create some result. And you have the power within your fingertips right now to give them access, or you can even tag them in this video. So let's talk about efficiency. And I'm going to break it down to you in three different formats, or a few different formats, really. The very first one that I want to talk to you about is your mindset. Yes, your mindset is important in order for you to be efficient. Where is your mindset at right now? Are you thinking, I am a $10 an hour employee in my own business, or are you thinking I am a $100 to $1,000 per hour self-employed business owner? See, this is an important piece to understand, because if you are right now sitting and you're editing your own Canva images, you are literally positioning yourself as a $5 to $10 an hour employee in what you think to be your own business. If you are editing your own blogs, and spending 45 minutes, you just literally labeled yourself as a $5 to $10 an hour a contractor in your own traditional business or your own online business. And the reason I'm asking you to evaluate the activities that you do each and every single day, because right now, right here, I can go to either Fiverr, I can go to Upwork.com, and I can get somebody to do all the digital work for me for $5 to $10 an hour. And I can hire them for 1 to 2 hours a week for $10 to $20 a week. And they can do a whole lot faster, better than I ever can, because that's their passion and area of expertise, versus me, I'm trying to figure it out as I go. So it's okay if you are bootstrapping, but are you bootstrapping the efficient way? What I mean is, if I'm bootstrapping, I'm going to find a contractor and let them know I can only afford $20 to $30 per week. And if you say I don't have $20 to $30 per week, you should reevaluate why you are in business. In other words, I can guarantee you, if I go to your state of affairs or your statement, I can find $20 to $30 per week that you're spending on somewhere that you don't need to be spending. You're just convincing yourself that you need to spend it. Like a latte or cappuccino or whatever burger that you're eating every single day. You could cook at home. You could make your own coffee. You could bring it with you to the office, and you can save yourself $20 to $30 and allow someone else to do that $10 or $5 an hour work for you. Because if I operate as $100 to $1,000 an hour self-employed business owner, I delegate and I outsource everything that is not yielding to $100 to $1,000 an hour. Let me explain. See, the difference between delegation and outsourcing for me: if it is offline, I delegate it. If it is online, I outsource it. So I'll give you an example. I certainly could cut my own grass, right? I am healthy. I can definitely do it. It'll take me about an hour and a half usually, right? If I were to cut my own grass in the house. But I delegated for $35 to another gentleman who does it, because within that 1 hour and a half, I end up making $100 to $1,000. So would I rather save $35 or make $100 minimum to $1,000 in the same exact frame time or time frame? So that is why I delegate things, right? I delegate my cleaners. I have family members and people who work for us that literally will do the cleaners for us, that will take the car and do oil changes or whatever the case may be. I don't want to do that work, not because I'm lazy or because I'm bougie. No, I'm actually delegating it because I know I'm worth a lot more than what I could be saving for that one tiny hour. Does that make sense, or does that make sense? If it does, let me know that you got me. When it comes to outsourcing, all things online. So I don't write, well, I write the bullet points or of my blogs and I submit them to a team that I have. Or this very same video that you're watching right now gets sent to my team and it gets dissected for this very same educational pieces, or it gets transcribed and it gets turned into a blog. I don't have time to sit there and type a blog and put my thoughts out there. I just don't have that luxury of time right now because my impact, my focus is yielded to our community. I work with individuals every hour of the day. That is the money maker for not only our community, but also for myself and for my family as well. So that is why it's extremely important for me to outsource all of that. The imagery that you see on my social media, the videos that get created, the podcast that gets produced, I don't do any of it. It is only this, me talking in front of a camera or in front of a microphone. That's all I do. Everything else is outsourced, because I know if I sit and try to fix it myself, I'm going to take away from my income producing activity. And if I take away from my income producing activity, not only I, but other people's incomes will suffer as well. If we are not bringing a certain level of revenue, budgets get impacted. And I hire a few people and I recycle all of our revenue, not only through our home, through our employees, but through all of our communities and really through 6 continents at this point. So it's important for me to stay focused and bring in the moolah, because if I don't, many people will actually suffer as well. So delegate and outsource. Are you a $10 an hour employee in your own so-called business, or are you a $100 to $1,000 an hour self-employed executive? The moment you understand the difference and you accept the identity, that's the moment that you're going to be very efficient with all day-to-day activities, which means you're going to be focused on income producing activity. I work hard. I work very, very hard. I work harder now than I ever have before. And many people would say, but you're doing so much better today than you have, 6 months ago. It's very true. But there's a reason for that. The reason is I'm double downing on my hard work and my efficiency. I cannot do everything, but with many people, I can do a whole lot more. So the more people I bring in my arsenal and I delegate and I outsource to, the more I am left alone to create income producing activities. So here are some of the ways that you can stay focused on income producing activities and you can be efficient without any distractions. Number one, and I'm sure you've heard this before, using a power list. So a power list is the top 5 things, the top 5 items in your day, not a checklist, not a task list, not a goal list, but the top most important. I will not go to sleep until these 5 things are done, or I will die. That kind of intensity, right? And 4 of those things are business related, right? Talking to 30 people about my business, creating 2 exposures with an actual prospect, enrolling 1 customer, like things like that are income producing activities. They got to be driven by IPAs or income producing activity. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself doing things that you are convincing yourself that they're work related, but they really are not. And then 1 personal item. It could be personal growth, reading. Yes, that's a personal item. It could be eating healthy. It could be working out. It could be getting a nap. It could be sleeping in the right appropriate timing. Whatever that may be, 4 business and 1 personal. If you make those 4 items the most important things, because it is in your power list, by default, you yield and find yourself time blocking, because you're like, I have to be non-distracted. I have to be focused, and I have to create these income producing activities that happen to me in my power list. And then you get them done. Meanwhile, make sure you turn off your notifications on your phone when you are doing these activities. Make sure that you understand there's a time and place for everything. If you are prospecting, do not respond to anybody's messages. If your goal is to hit up 30 people in 30 minutes, don't respond. Wait until you actually get to 30 people, and you can come back to the 1 person and have conversations with afterwards. The problem is we say, I'm going to talk to 30 people in the next 30 minutes. And the first person responds to you. Now you're having 1 conversation back and forth, getting to know the person within 30 minutes, and you could have talked to 30 people altogether. So make sure that you are focused and intentional and remove all kind of distractions. By the way, side tip for you, schedule yourself either a 30-minute or 50-minute increments, depending on the task itself. I schedule myself at 50-minute increments, so that way I give myself a little bit of effective and efficient time frame for my meetings. I never schedule a meeting more than 30 minutes, because I know within 30 minutes there's enough pressure on getting things done that it forces me and the other party to be extremely effective and efficient with our times. The third piece into focusing on being efficient with your IPAs or income producing activities, and that is protecting your calendar. Do not just accept to meet with anybody at any time for anything. When somebody says, hey, can we meet tomorrow for on a Zoom, ask for what? And if they say, oh, to go over the comp plan, I'll send you a video of the comp plan. Hey, here's the comp plan. It's the most updated. It was recorded 2 weeks ago. Well, I had a few questions. Did you watch the video? Not yet. Watch the video and text me your questions. And if I feel like we actually need to get on a Zoom, we will do so. Many of us, many times, just agree to meet with everyone, and it ends up being just a catch-up call. And you have 5 catch-up calls. That's 2.5 hours that you just burned out of your day, assuming you are disciplined and you do 30-minute increments. Some of us go for 5 hours a day talking to everyone about absolutely nothing at all. And you're telling yourself that I've been working really hard for 5 hours in a row, while all you've been doing, having conversations, you haven't been working at all. So extremely important to protect your calendar. Don't just agree. Like, I get a lot of people that will end up going into my Calendly and they book a session. I send an email. Hey, you just booked a session. What's this about? Oh, I just wanted to catch up about. I'm just not feeling the most motivated. Dude, I'm not here as your babysitter or psychiatrist. What are we going over? I need an agenda. What is it that you're struggling with? I just need to be motivated. Let me send you the top 3 motivational videos and books and audiobooks and podcasts that I listen to stay motivated, because I don't think I can help you out in 30 minutes. You need a lot more growth if you're needing me to block my day so I can motivate you. See, entrepreneurs, real entrepreneurs, successful-minded entrepreneurs, they don't need motivation. They're just doing what they do every single day, and they take the good with the bad. It's part of their day. Those who need motivation is like somebody's like, I need somebody to give me a pacifier and a lollipop and tell me you are so cute, you are so good, you are so capable. I don't think that I am using the best time of my day by sitting with you and telling you how amazing you are and how I believe in you. I think you already know that if I'm already working with you, right? So making sure that you protect the calendar. Here are some 3 ninja bonuses for you that I think can make a difference for you. And please let me know if this has resonated with you. Number 1 is say no to more people about more things. Say no to more people about more things. Let me explain. I get a lot of people who ask me, "Hey, I got an idea of a book that I'm writing. Do you mind if we schedule a session?" I say, "No, I can't do that right now." They're like, "Well, can I send you the transcript?" You can, but I won't be able to read it anytime soon because I am so focused on the mission that we have right now. I cannot afford to just sit back, relax, and read your transcript for something that has nothing to do with my responsibility to our shareholders, to our members who are paying subscriptions. It's just not the way it's supposed to be. So forgive me if when you're reaching out to me to take a look at your website and I say, sorry, I don't have time to do that for you right now, right? There are other people that you can pay them for an evaluation. They usually put you on a retainer or they charge you $250 to $1,000 an hour. I don't have the capacity to even take on clientele like that, even if I wanted to. So say no to more people about more things. That way you are focused on your power list. Once your power list is done, then you can say yes. But as long as your power list is not checked off, is not done, you are not to take any extra curriculum activities. Do more than what you actually commit to. Let me explain. So many of us, many times would say things like, I'm going to go on a 90-day blitz and I'm going to call more people. And yeah, that's cute. I get what you're telling me. But don't just talk about it, be about it. See, I aim to wow our members, not just to satisfy their needs. And many of us, sometimes we talk a good game, a big game, but we talk a good game and we say that we're going to do certain things and we just don't actually do it. So do more than what you actually commit to and watch the magic happen. Don't tell me about how you're going to go and recruit 100 people. Just get one at a time. And then eventually we'll get to 100. Sometimes we get all caught up on the hype and we want to just pump ourselves up that we don't actually get the physical work done. So get the work done and then you can commit to more. But as long as you didn't do one, how are you committing to 100? It's actually counterproductive. You're putting yourself in a position where you are intimidating your own potential, which leads me to the 3rd ninja bonus, managing your expectations. Understand that every single day there will be something that will get in the way, that will bother you, that will hurt you, that will take money out of your pocket, that will delay you, that will fall behind, that will not work. Something will always happen. So you have to manage your expectations for 2 things. Number 1, when you set up an expectation, 99% of the time, it leads to a disappointment. See, if you think that you're going to have the best date in the world, that date, unless it is perfect in every single element, your brain starts playing tricks on you. Man, I didn't kiss her. Oh, I didn't pay for the bill, or maybe I didn't order the right thing. Was I too overweight? Was I not dressed appropriately? Did my breath smell? And now you're ruining your own actual potential because you set up a specific expectation. The same thing happens in your business. When it comes to your business, if you set up expectations by the end of this month, I'm going to make 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. You can do projections, but manage your expectations. This is why I love to reverse engineer things. If I say I want to make $10,000 this month, I identify how many hours per day I'm willing to work, and I do the math on how much work to create how much dollar per hour to create $10,000 in a month. And I set myself in an expectation that I may be able to do half of that. Therefore, I'm going to humble my expectations because I cannot commit to all of that work by myself. Therefore, I'm not going to achieve $10,000. So when you humble your expectations and don't talk about what you're going to do and just go ahead and do it, you either head right in a happy place where you want to be or where you feel satisfied with your own efforts, or you actually crush it and you super exceed your actual expectations. I cannot tell you the main reason I believe, professionally speaking here, many people quit on their own business, on their own network marketing businesses, is because they were either given or they set up the wrong expectations. I mean, bro, it took you 20, 30 years in a job to achieve a certain level of income in your salary. And all of a sudden you're saying, I'm going to give this business 2 days to make X amount of dollars. Otherwise, I'm going to quit. Isn't that absolutely like hypocritical in a way that you're putting a certain expectation on a business that you're working 1 hour a week versus 40 to 50 hours a week in your traditional job and expecting to make more than you are in your job in a very short period of time. So it is your expectation that is leading you to feel disappointed, to feel deflated, to feel disencouraged or not encouraged. So my recommendation to you is manage your expectations. Here's what I tell people when it comes to dating, and I'm going to advise you to do the same thing when it comes to your business. Just find someone that you are extremely passionate about and just have a good time. You're not dating that person to marry them today. You're just having a good time with that person today. And if anything eventually happens, that's a bonus, because I believe that every relationship starts with friendship and ends with friendship. There's always an exit till death do us apart. So here's the thing. When it comes to business, just focus on having a very happy, exciting hour where you are learning and growing within your passion, and the money becomes a bonus. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't focus on making income. You got to make an income. Otherwise, it's a habit. But if you're setting up an expectation that starting day one, I am to make $1,000 a day, unless you've paid the price elsewhere in another company or another industry where you've paid 5, 10, 20, 30 years of experience, and you're just bringing that experience and that network here, you should humble your expectations. Listen, no one was born good at business. I wasn't. I failed 14 years in a row. That's why I succeeded today. That's just the name of the game. Many of you say you're so lucky. I wish you as much luck as I had. Oh, yeah, well, it's easy for you to say, Ali, you're making money. Well, I wish you struggle as much as I have to get to where I've gotten. But no, we just want the McDonald's treatment. I want to pay a little tiny bit dollar menu, and I want my food right now, and I want it to be really big and fattening. Make sure you manage your expectation and watch the magic happen for yourself. So I hope that this message was received as positively as I intended it for you to have it, because I believe that if you become efficient with your day, you will absolutely rock out your business, because it isn't about how much time you put in your day in your business. It's about what you do in the little bit of time that you have in your day in your business. It's not about I have to put in 10 to 15 hours in order to be successful. It's about how much effort am I putting in that 1 hour and how efficient I am. Because one thing that I can guarantee you right now, I can put one efficient hour a day and I will outproduce you on your 10 to 15 hours where you think you are actually working. Matter of fact, find me somebody who literally tells me that they're working 10 to 15 hours. Unless you are a multi-millionaire, you're not putting 15 to 16 hours a day. You're just convincing yourself because you're doing non-income producing activities, but you got to focus on your power list. Otherwise, I love you, but you are wasting your time with the wrong people and the wrong activities. Don't play customer service. That's not your role. Don't play babysitter. That's not your role. Focus on the one thing that matters: income producing activity. Because when you're good, when your pocket are good, when your health is good, everyone around you, from your family to your members to your team to your community, everybody becomes good by default. So I appreciate and love each and every one of you. And tomorrow, oh boy, you're going to have the laptop style herself, Diamond Debbie Morin, coming with an incredible, incredible training for you. So I cannot wait to see that. Until then, have a blessed day, everybody. Peace out.